Success isn't random. It follows a code. Welcome to the Conant Code, where we break down the strategies, challenge the myths, and uncover the truth in 5 minutes or less. Now, let's crack the code.
There's a story I love. A hedge fund guy in his 30s walks into his boss's office and quits. Sounds like a bad joke, right? Well, the punchline ends in global domination. See, he had a cushy job, a nice title, and a wife, well, by his own account, thought he had lost his damn mind. Why? Because he wanted to start an online bookstore. No retail space, no foot traffic, just a website and a warehouse. You already know how this ends. The guy was Jeff Bezos, the bookstore, Amazon. But here's what most people conveniently forget. He bled money for years. Wall Street laughed at him. The press called it Amazon.bomb. And in 2000, Amazon laid off 15% of its staff. It was like watching a slow-motion car crash with a cool logo. But while the world laughed, Jeff, he doubled down on logistics, brand, customer experience. He played the long game, while the critics, they just cracked jokes, because Bezos knew what most entrepreneurs still don't. Ideas don't make you rich. Execution does. I've been in business since 1985. If I had a nickel for every guy who pitched me Uber for dogs, Tinder for dentists, or Airbnb for garages, I'd own a damn island. It's always the same story. They got the pitch, they got the passion. So what's missing? Well, a plan, a team, real-world experience. Oh, and capital, please. They've got enough to buy the domain name. In their minds, having the idea means they're 90% of the way. In reality, the idea is 5% of it, on a good day. But hey, build it and they will come, right? Well, that works if you're Kevin Costner and marketing to dead baseball players. For everyone else, that's not a strategy. That's a bedtime story with a bankruptcy subplot. I've seen million-dollar ideas die in obscurity, and I've seen okay ideas make millions because they hit the market like a sledgehammer. Sharp look, relentless pitch, backed by cash, and kept swinging until someone bought. Let me say that louder for the folks in the back. The market doesn't reward genius. It rewards guts, grit, and capital investment. You can't whisper your way to market share. You need to test. You need to market. You need to spend real money. And you need to be okay with burning down version 1.0 to the ground when no one clicks, buys, or cares. And yes, you'll lose all your money up front. That's not failure. That's the fee. Sure, everyone wants the unicorn. You know, the one that's profitable right out of the box. Let me save you some time. You're not the unicorn. You're the workhorse. So saddle up. This is where most people tap out. They thought the idea was the hard part. They thought customers would just magically appear. They didn't realize that there's tens of thousands of other dreamers pitching the same thing with a shinier landing page. Some sit on it forever. Some will launch half-baked and panic, then shut it down. Some will throw good money after bad until they're broke and bitter. And a handful, they pivot, refine, and adjust. And maybe, just maybe, they'll get it right. Not because they had the best idea, but because they didn't quit when things got ugly. You don't need a dream. You need a strategy. You need cash, lots of it. And you need people around you that know how to sell, scale, and get it done. Great ideas are a dime a dozen. Great execution? That's rare. So yeah, keep dreaming during your 9 to 5, but don't confuse dreams with plans. The gap between big ideas and real business, it's a minefield. I've walked it. I've guided people through it. I've personally crashed and burned more times than I care to admit. And I've watched too many people disappear into that ditch saying, people just didn't get it. Oh yeah, they got it. They just didn't want what you were selling. So here's the brutal truth. If you're not ready to lose money, take hits, rethink everything, and actually sell, you're not ready to build a business. The dream is free. The execution, that cost everything. And that, my friends, is the Conant Code.
That's it for this episode of the Conant Code. If you got something out of it, share it with a friend, follow the show, and leave a review on your favorite podcast platform. More insights, more strategies, and more code breaking coming soon. Until next time, keep thinking, keep building, and keep pushing forward.